eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't need to talk, do I? I'll just let you guys do the chat. Yes, welcome to the very, very, very latest Elite FPL podcast. FPL being the key word here because, well, it's back. There's been lots and lots of chat on Twitter about the game being updated. I went on my phone and I was like, oh my goodness. The game is being updated. And about 10 minutes ago, the game officially went live. The game has officially gone live, and the biggest news from what I can see, because I haven't even looked at anything here, is that you can make unlimited free transfers before game week 30 deadline. So all the chat about getting unlimited transfers, it is official. That has happened. The game have, well, kindly given us a way in which we can all be enthused about what is going to be happening with the Premier League returning. I may as well quickly do this live as we speak here. Fixtures. So how have they done this? So game week 30 plus. Game week 31, game week 30. Right, okay. Okay, so they haven't actually done game week 39, 40, 41. They've actually just gone from the time that the game actually cancelled. Now that is interesting. So they're not dealing with that. Now, I'm wondering if there's been anything announced on the actual main page itself. Well, the answer is no, it's just as it was. If I look at my team, all my chips are there. For anybody listening in chat, can you let me know if everybody else has that? In fact, you know what? I can easily find out. So let's just go to Elite Challenge League. Let's just, for argument's sake, go on to Juggernauts as a simple example. And let's just see if Juggernauts has been given all his chips back. Let's just quickly click on that. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, there. that's a. Yeah, so the chips, if you haven't used them, are still intact. If you have used them, nope, unfortunately not. That they've been taken away, I think. Let's just quickly clarify with chat if anybody does know any of this. FPL Sponge saying that update at the top of the main page. Let's have a quick check, shall we? Let's just see if that is the case. There is no update. That's just what I've just explained. Oh, more details. Right, okay, let's just quickly click on that. Let's just see if this will... So right then... Yeah, get on with that. So, hopefully this is up on screen for you guys, which it is. Excellent. So, I'm just going to read this out loud now. So, Fantasy Premier League is back, and the Scout is here to help. There will be unlimited free transfers for Game Week 30, and the Scout is back to provide tips ahead of blah, blah, blah. We get all that. We have made the following changes. The remaining season's fixtures have been allocated new game weeks. Right, we get the idea with that. FPL managers can now make unlimited free transfers until Game Week 30. Yep, we get that. Prices will not change until the game. Yep, we get that. Any unused chips of wild card remain available. Yep, understand that. I get that as well. So there's really nothing as we expect. So really, it is as we all know. The game has just literally just come back as if it never ended, to be completely honest with you. The only difference being is that we now have unlimited transfers, and for people like myself who have got unlimited second wildcard, well, I can just do the old, let's just load up on double game week players. I'm not going to go through with that now. I only want to make this a quick stream. But as we can see here, it is as follows. Aston Villa, Sheffield United, Man City, Arsenal are our double game week teams. Aston Villa are double game week against Chelsea. Sheffield United double game week against Newcastle and Aston Villa away. Man City home games against Arsenal. I mean, crying out loud. I know it's been spoken to death, but I think you'd be a fool not to load up on triple Man City attack. I don't personally see the point in loading up on defenders. Something that I've learned from virtual FPL is essentially forget defenders. Let's just stick with strikers. I know they're two completely different games. This is real life. That's just based on an algorithm. I fully appreciate that. But I think that I will be tripling up on Man City attacks, something along the lines of Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne and Aguero. Kevin De Bruyne and Aguero are absolute must-haves, so straight away those two particular players will be straight in my team. Other players that I'd be absolutely certainly looking at would be a triple up on Sheffield United. I certainly, listening to FPL Blade on Planet FPL, he made a case for Fleck of Sheffield United. Maybe jump on him. Maybe McBurney is someone to look at if you don't want to be doubling up or tripling up on Sheffield United defence. Aston Villa, it's, Grealish. And that's it. And Arsenal, probably Aubameyang. The rest of the game week 30, as we can see it here, straight off the top, I'm going to be tripling up with Liverpool. Any other standout fixtures to be looking at there? Wolves away at West Ham, potentially. Chelsea away at Aston Villa. Chelsea have got some really good assets to be looking at. The big game of that particular game week is going to be Tottenham versus Man United. From a real life perspective, that is huge. That is ginormous. Do people want to jump on the Kane bandwagon? Do we want to jump? Triple Man United. I've already got two anyway, Martial and Fernandes. Rashford, of course, performing for myself and Jason in virtual FPL. Is he someone to jump on? Is Arsenal worth looking at? Well, I think Aubameyang for certainty. Maybe, if really it's a case of Aubameyang, Aguero and someone else. Abraham, perhaps. Again, this is all just literally like, wow. Maybe Jamie Vardy's somebody to look at. What are people saying in chat? This is the important thing. It'd be very interesting to see what Vince Chapman's here. Good afternoon, mate. Brett Mollison, is this really going to be a quick stream? Yes, it is, because I am going to be streaming later on. Frode making the point here. Will Sane be in your team? I think players like Sane, make sure that you follow the news about what Pep Guardiola says about him. That is essentially what you need to be doing. The real the real question is for anybody playing this particular game is that listen to the press conferences. They are going to be massive. I mean, I've just seen someone here saying it's Gabriel de Rop and Nketiah. Blimey, Nketiah is an absolute diamond of a player. Whether Arteta starts him or not, I mean, do you really want him for the Man City game? No. Brighton away? Maybe. But I can guarantee you now that you're going to be wanting to have other options in your team. At the end of the day, I did see someone in the chat earlier mention about that strategies are all up in the air at the moment. Are they? I mean, let's be brutally honest here. There have been various channels. Let's Talk FPL, Planet FPL, us, that have been basically just saying that, look, at the end of the day, you just want to be going with the fact that take advantage of this unlimited transfer situation, essentially a wild card. Take advantage of it. Obviously, if you don't have your chips intact, then what I would advise to do is probably set up for the weeks ahead. That's what I personally would be doing anyway if I didn't have any other chips. But for people like me, because I'm in a position like Davey P, for example, and many others that have got all their chips intact, I'm just taking way advantage of this double game week. Why not? And something that, again, that Virtual FPL has taught me is kind of like stick to my guns. Stick to what I say. You know, there's been so many bloody times last season where I would say, do this. I'm going to be doing that. Do I do it? Nah. But someone else will benefit from something that I was going to do, and I don't understand why I don't listen to my advice. And something that I've been learning from Virtually FPL is that if you just stick with a plan, it will pay off eventually. It will pay off in the long run. Just stick with that plan. And to be honest with you, I'm actually doing really well in Virtual FPL, specifically the Game Week 11 Mini League. I'm quite I don't know, I'm not really, like, I don't know, at the moment I've just got so many eggs in one basket regarding Virtual FPL. I mean, obviously bringing this news to you live is big news, and my head's kind of like, right, gotta stream about it, gotta get on it. I mean, the game went live, 25 minutes ago now? So, yeah, it is very exciting. Gee Whiz making the point, I may just free hit. Do you mean after? Gabriel de Rob, I don't have enough money to fit in all the big hitters and fill bench to use bench boost. FPL Sponge, if I have free hit and second wildcard, what's the most effective way to attack double game week? If I have free hit and second wildcard, I would personally just use unlimited transfers to just get as many Man City... Well, get 3 Man City players for a start, get 3 Sheffield United players for a start, get a couple of one Arsenal, 1 Aston Villa, and then get all the other players in, and then you just wildcard for game week 31. Vince saying you should get a stick to my guns tattoo on your arm, Steve-O, as a constant. Yeah, I've got no area left. FPL Mechanic, I'm thinking of free hit for the City and Pool game. Yeah. MSK, what's the news, Steve-O? The news is, as you can tell, my friend, that the game has updated. The FPL game is back. Everybody can now make as many transfers as they want with unlimited transfers. Archie Kendall, if we make our transfers to set up for game weeks after double game week and play our free hit this week, does that work? No. The game is giving you unlimited transfers. So make your unlimited transfers for your actual team itself. And if you want a free hit after double game week, so game week 32, you crack on, my friend. Anurag making the point, I think that's the plan. Use unlimited transfers, wildcard game week 31, but no clue when I will use my bench boost or free hit. The key bit, I mean, if I look at my team right now, if I look at my game week team right this specific second, I'm actually really happy with it. You know, apart from, like, forget the double game week, that aside, you know, for people listening in on audio, we've got Pope Henderson. So, regarding bench boost as an example, Pope Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Alexander-Arnold, Fernandes, Baldock, Bowley, they're They're 5 key. In fact, essentially, all these players that I've got are essential to their teams. So I've got 5 essential defenders. They're not going to get rotated. Salah, Mane, Martial, Fernandes as 4 midfielders. They're all guaranteed 90 minutes, give or take, or guaranteed to start anyway. Saka, you know, he cemented a place in the Arsenal setup. And then you've got Ings, key to Southampton, Jimenez and Jota, who performed so well. I mean, let's just quickly do a bit of fun here, just for argument's sake. Let's just get rid of all these players here, and let's just quickly set up some form of double game week team if I can, for argument's sake. So let's just throw in De Bruyne. He's there, done. Let's just quickly throw in Aguero. Stick him straight in. That's him there. That's great. So I've then got 15.1 million to spread across 3 places already. You know, you're talking going with a 3. I always like playing with a 3-5-2 formation. Or I could even go with a 4-5-1. Have Aguero as my solitary striker, but we want to get Aubameyang in. So there's Aubameyang as another double game week player. That's 8.6 between those 3 places there. Well, we can get rid of certain players, like, for argument's sake, Wan-Bissaka. Get rid of... once again, no, we don't want to get rid of Henderson. You know, there's a lot of things to be playing around with, it looks like here. I think maybe you'd have to sacrifice Salah or Mane. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, if we look at the actual specific fixture itself, away at Everton, it's a Merseyside derby. Do you really want to be sacrificing two of the best players in the Premier League? No, but for a double game week to fit in someone like Sterling, for argument's sake, you know, if I was to get rid of any of them, it would be Salah. I would then put in Sterling. So let's just stick him in. And then I've got 4 spaces left to give me 20 million. That's 5 spaces left. I think we all get the idea with this. At the end of the day, I find it really boring watching somebody choosing their teams on stream when it has no real interest. Anyway, but let's just quickly go for the chat for a second. I mean, guys, I can't stand that terminology. Are you excited? That is the question. That is the question. Mr. Anderson's here. Ha! They're all coming out the woodwork. Afternoon, and yeah, welcome everybody to this very quick impromptu stream. We are just reacting to the fact that the game has updated. It is live. Brett Mollison making the point. Love the Sane rant. Just to give you some context to that as well, is that I was in my car, and usually when I'm listening to the streams back, literally without knowing the results and knowing Jason's luck in virtual FPL, I was just it's incredible the luck that Jason gets in, well, not just virtual FPL, just this game itself. And I just knew that once I heard Sane wasn't starting, I just knew that he would get some lucky points off the bench, and quite literally an hour later hearing him getting, Rashford a goal and an assist as his vice captain. You cannot make it up whatsoever. Mr. Anderson, tell us why. Why are you not happy about the unlimited transfers? Because of the effect that it will have on the mini league, your positions in everything? That's what I want to hear about. I want to hear why you're not happy with the unlimited transfers. Had you been setting up expecting the game when it actually launched to just be set as the team that you already had, and you already had a plan in place? Tell me, let me know, because I want to know. MSK saying, should I take out Aubameyang for Aguero? Yes. Mane or Salah for the remaining games? Both. Flaming hell. You've got to have them both. You have to have them both. This is what I love. This is what I love now. People are panicking. It's great. That's why, who was it? Andy Martin made a point on his tweet. He said, you know, I'm just hoping that the game... Something along the lines of, I'm not I'm not expecting the game to be updated because of all the complications that are going to be involved, blah, 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 blah. And I just simply replied with, I pray that it doesn't get updated. I hope it just completely crashes because I just want to be part of the carnage. It would be hilarious. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I've said my piece. I think that I don't need to continue. The reality is that we now know the game is back. We know what is going to be happening with everything. We now officially know that we have got unlimited transfers. Any chips that are in place, there you are. You've got them. You've got them back. Anybody that have already used their chips, essentially, you haven't got them anymore. I've already said this, for people like myself, I'm in a big advantage here. It means that I can just simply do a free hit for fun and then just do a wild card in game week 32. Mr. Anderson saying, I've been setting up already for the season to return, and I think a lot of us have chip strategies for the end of the season. Chip strategies, yes. Regarding setting up for the season return, you're one of the very few people that would have done this. There are not that many people that have been setting up for the return of the season. I'm even talking about hardcore players. I really do mean that. And even then, some of the hardcore players, like Jason, for example, he ain't touched his team for weeks and weeks and weeks. So yeah, for people that are in a position like yourself, really high up in the table and stuff, yeah, this is probably very annoying for yourself. But I would just take advantage of this. I had Plavak saying, for me, it's going to be bench boost game week 30 with maximum double game week players, wild card in 31, free hit in game week 38. Of course. I think that that's a very good point, actually. You can use a chip in game week 30. Oh my goodness. Well done, Plavak. Yeah, you can actually use a chip. It's completely blown my mind, that. Yeah, I completely lost my thought process. Of course, Plavak, thank you for that. Yeah, we could easily do that strategy. Cheers for the tip, mate. Anurag saying we can now all clear off to another channel. Please do, because you ain't going to get any tips from me, mate. You can get me out any strategies. I can have a laugh with about it and everything, but I just want to talk about this game. Adam Wheeler, I had my team set up and I was actually happy with it. Yeah, I'm the same with you. I had my team. I had 15 players, all good and dandy, all talismans for their team, and now we've just been given unlimited transfers. I'm just going to take advantage of it, and I think that cheers for the tip, Plavak. I will be probably bench boosting in game week 1, game week 31, or game week 30, isn't it? John Harris making the point, bench boost would be a good option for the double game week. This is the only double game week, by the way. For anybody that doesn't actually know, and I don't know why I'm telling you, you're all rivals at the end of the day. As I said to James Drury the other day, when the FPL kind of announced the fact that they was returning and telling us exactly what's going on. Yeah, I'm you know, at the end of the day, you're all rivals. I want to be beating you, although at the end of the day, there's no chance in me catching up anybody in the Cashman League. I think the highest place I could probably get realistically is the 40th. You know, I'm 77th at the moment. But anyway, the point being is that I think that from an advantage point of view, certainly, yeah, bench boosting a load of double game. The problem is that how many double game week players are you going to have? There's not really that many options to choose from. Man City are going to destroy Arsenal. They're certainly going to destroy us. This is whether it was real, like whether this pandemic had happened or not. Doesn't matter. They're going to destroy us at least 4 or 5-0. That was going to happen anyway. Man City at home to Arsenal, I predicted 3-1 at the time. Aston Villa at home to Sheffield United. Jack Grealish, yeah, can he score in both games versus them and the other team who have completely lost to Chelsea? Absolutely he can. But there's only one player that you want to get from Aston Villa. Arsenal, Aubameyang at most, I think. And if you want to take a punt on, like, to specifically be playing someone like Ozil, Pepe, But there are other, like I said, there are very good single game week games going on. Liverpool away at Everton. Although usually they're quite tight, but with all that's going on at the moment, I think that maybe it could be a different game. I think Chelsea are certainly a team to be looking at. Leicester. It's fantastic. I think it's really, really interesting options moving forward. And myself and Jason will be probably talking a bit about this later on when we go live tonight at 7 p.m. doing the virtual FPL games, which will be good. Evening or afternoon, Firetog just answering Gabriel Durop's point about looking at the game tonight. Yeah, we got what, 9 days? 9 days of everything. So, and Chef Boy's making a point here. Wolves fixtures are absolutely quality. They are. They really, really are. Tristan Mitchell, what's the one transfer you would bring in? Kevin De Bruyne. Everybody's going to own him anyway, but Kevin De Bruyne is the one to have. MSK, who's the best midfielder for a max 7 million? No idea. Anurag, yeah, Lacazette. Lacazette is a very, very interesting option, certainly. Absolutely. Right then, everybody, on that note, I am going to leave it there. I will see you along with Jason tonight at 7 o'clock where we'll be talking virtual FPL, but obviously we'll be discussing this as well. We're mainly getting Jason's thoughts on the game officially now coming back, being launched with unlimited transfers. I keep going on about this. The easiest strategy, it seems to be, just get on here, make your unlimited transfers. If you got your bench boost, maybe get a load of decent players in, bench boost for game week 30 plus. You got a double game week, and then there we are. We move on to game week 31, and the best thing is that all the games come thick and fast as well. Right, I will see you tonight, 7 p.m. Join myself and Jason doing live reactions to all the games in virtual FPL. See you later, guys, and see you in a few hours.